Hello everybody, Flamin' Shark back with another video, and this is the review to my blind commentary, blind reaction to the Season 2 finale, Episode 25 of Season 2 of ReZero, Starting Life in Another World. That's right, we've finished Season 2, we are done with ReZero, we are not going to be doing any more ReZero for a while, at least that's the plan. I mean, I suppose if like some OVAs come out or something, I'll obviously want to do them at some point, but other than that, I mean, I doubt we're doing any ReZero. At least the show, for a long time, because I think we will get another season. I do believe we will get another season, but I think it will be a couple years before we get another season of ReZero. I do not think we are getting more ReZero anytime soon. Even though technically there is enough content to adapt for a Season 3 currently, I still don't think we're getting a Season 3 for a long time, but I do have a decent bit of faith that we will. I think the anime, one thing that's been super fun about anime lately and its popularity is that it does feel like shows are more consistently continuing. You know, the popular anime that aren't meant to be like one season, but the popular anime are getting sequels a lot more often, and that's really fucking cool to see because that's so great. Because obviously that's kind of one of the worst things about, I mean, it's really a problem with shows in general and just a sad thing about the nature of like television. Whether it's animated or Western, whether it's live action or animation, whether it's over in Japan or over here in the US or wherever else, is that a lot of shows just straight up don't get to finish. But anime has definitely been trending in the right direction. I think it's just gaining more and more popularity. It just kind of internally is always getting more popular. And because of that, a lot of these shows are doing a lot better. And, we're getting a lot more sequel seasons of shows. I mean, and that's really cool. So I'm really excited for a potential Season 3, hopefully one day. Again, I say one day, but it will not be anytime soon in my estimation. I believe we just got the announcement, if I saw it right, January 2022 will be Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 2. We got that announcement alongside, it looks like, the final episode of Part 1, which I was expecting, and I'm very excited because now I can go into my 13 to 16 reaction knowing, even though I was already fully confident, I am going in knowing that there is going to be final season part 2 down the line. And with that, I mean, I'm probably, given that the announcement was for January 22, and I think, Ruby V9 will probably be start before that, but probably until, ironically, those two series come around, I don't think I plan to do any live reaction series, really for pretty much the rest of the year. There might be, some special I might get to like the Hell of a Boss episode, stuff like that, like as they come out, the other Adventure Time, Distant Lands, stuff like that. But as far as like a proper live reaction series where I'm going, months of time where I'm like reacting every week to the new episode, I don't think I'm going to be doing any of that until we get back to Ruby and Attack on Titan. So I probably won't be doing that for a while. So I know a lot of you guys aren't the biggest fan of it. Even though it really has nothing to do, like, it really doesn't hinder my consistency. My consistency, when it's bad, it's just because I'm being bad. But hey, regardless, you're done. AOT, we finish AOT we finish AOT for the year tomorrow, and we'll finish Ruby for possibly the year, but if not the year, then most of the year, next week. At least as far as the weekly videos. I mean, who knows if some random stuff could come out for any of these series, for sure. Probably not AOT, but maybe ReZero or Ruby. But as far as the weekly reactions go, we are wrapping those up. Finishing ReZero today, finishing Attack on Titan tomorrow. I can't wait to watch 13 to 16. I'm gonna have lunch after I record this review, and then probably post the ReZero reaction at 5 p.m. my time, and then I'll probably, after I post that, I think that's when I'm going to watch the AOT, because I think I want to watch AOT and then chill later. I'm super excited, though, and also because I want to give myself tons of time, like hours and hours, in case I have to take a break, because it's too insane. But I loved ReZero Season 2. I'm really thinking of it as Season 2 because it worked out well for me because I kind of jumped on. I basically finished Part 1 right as Part 2 started. I believe I did finish Part 1 before Episode 14 aired, or like right as Episode 14 was airing. And so I was able to do every episode of Part 2 individual, except for I think it was 20 to 21 and 22 to 23, because there were, in the later half of the later half of the part 2 of the season, I did miss a little bit of sauce. But overall, we were pretty consistent watching ReZero more or less as it came out, and it was a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed these. It's kind of one of those things where it's like I really enjoyed doing these series live, and now I'm kind of glad that we are wrapping that up. And recording-wise, I mean, I've already recorded the RWBY V8 finale for next Saturday, so the AOT, we kind of stopped doing the AOT live about, a month ago or so. Because of I got behind, and then the one episode 14 didn't come out in full because of the earthquake, and then at that point I was just like, screw it, let's just wait until part 1 of the season's over, and we'll do a big 13 to 16 reaction, just an amazing mind fuck of AOT to kind of celebrate the end of part 1 of the final season, which sounds really silly, but yes, the final season part 2, which will likely actually be the finale, from what I saw, is planned to begin in January of 2022. My prediction was, one, because we all knew this was happening. I was so close. My prediction on when part 2 of the final season would start was December 2021, and it's January 2022. I was off by a month. But yeah, I thought it would start December, but it really also could potentially depend on how many episodes there are, but also it probably doesn't, because that is what it is. But that's actually a good amount of time. I like that there's a pretty solid amount of time. I know a lot of people will be like, oh man, I wish it was in the summer, but I think it's really going to pay off. I think a lot of the actual animation stuff, it's going to be nice that I also like the break. I honestly like the fact that we're going to get the rest of the year off from AOT, and then we're going to start 2022 with the finale of Attack on Titan. I think that's going to be really cool. I think by that time, things are going to be popping, and I'm really excited for that. January 2022, I mean, that's something to look forward to for next year. I mean, besides the fact of hopefully being completely past this pandemic, it'll also, another thing to look forward to for 2022 is Shingeki no Kyojin's ending. That is insane. Obviously, the ending of the manga is, I almost want to say it's in a few days. I know it's April, but I want to say it's early April too. That's coming super soon. So the manga is about to end, and then the anime will end next year. That's pretty sick. So anyways, I'm excited. I can't wait for final season part 2 of AOT, and I can't wait for season 3 of ReZero, except season 3 of ReZero, that's going to probably be a couple years. But I have faith it will happen, but I'll probably get screwed anyways. But no, I think it really will happen. This show's really popular. It's done really well. And I think, White Fox, assuming they want to keep it on, which they probably will, they're a pretty prolific studio, so I'll probably want to stick on board with it, but we'll see. I know I'm not talking about the episode. The first 5 minutes, or 5.5 minutes, whatever it was the white whale stuff. Not white whale, sorry, the great rabbit stuff. It's because the rabbit's white, too, so I wanted to say the white rabbit. But yeah, the Great Rabbit sauce was really interesting, really fun stuff with Usagi-chan as Daphne would put it. But yeah, no, it was a really fun fight, really cool kind of how they rounded up the rabbits and took care of them using their big magic potatoes like Bee and Amelia. That was really cool. And then the rest of the episode, Aftermath, we got about over 20 minutes. I would say, a good 20 plus minutes of Aftermath, which I only thought we were going to get 10, maybe 15 minutes of Aftermath. I thought maybe about half the episode would be the rabbit. I kind of like that we wrapped that up pretty quickly, because of just all the power potatoes, and then just, Beatrice being really smart and all that. It worked out pretty well. Whereas I feel it's funny too, because, Daphne was kind of like, oh, you think you, a mere human, can take care of the Great Rabbit? In a way, she was kind of right, because the main reason they took care of the Great Rabbit was because of Beatrice, who is not a human. She's a great spirit. So, in a sense, she kind of was right, actually, Daphne. That's kind of funny, now that I think about it. But, no, I really did enjoy this episode. We got a lot of fun stuff with Amelia and Subaru, and Subaru got knighted, which was awesome, and just a lot of cool stuff having to do with everything that's happened with ReZero up to this point. It was just it felt like a good a good like reprieve episode that kind of put into focus everything that's been built up as far as the motivations and what ReZero is all about, between the Rosewall scene with all the people and then the actual party afterwards, focusing mainly on Subaru and Emilia because it was Subaru's knighthood, and just, you know, a lot of good stuff. And I feel like it leaves the show on a very good place, and I think I think it just leaves on a great place, and I feel like everything is just nice and tidy and wrapped in a nice bow, and we're ready for season 3 in like 3 years. But I'm sure 3 years from now, I hope in 3 years, and I think I feel fairly confident in 3 years, I will still, assuming nothing horrible's happened to me, I will still be doing these videos. So, assuming it doesn't literally take my lifetime, there's a good chance I will eventually be back for ReZero Season 3 reactions. But, I know to be patient with this one. I know not to expect a Season 3 of ReZero anytime soon, but I have faith it will come eventually. That's pretty much all I got to say in regards to ReZero. I'm definitely excited for more, but we are not going to get more for a very long time. And yeah, the links are down below in the description. Of course, Mega Reaction, Breach Reaction, you guys know how that works. And of course, also, check out my Patreon. Maybe not right now. Maybe you just wait until like April 1st or like the beginning of April. Check out my Patreon, vote on the new movie poll then. Unless, well, I mean, if you want to vote, you can still vote on the current one. I don't even know what's winning. I never check those polls. Like, legit, I like barely ever check the poll until it's like actually over. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. We're getting pretty close. We're going to start a new series next week, which will be really fun. The Assassination Classroom replacement this week, next week, whatever, however you want to define it. We're finishing AOT tomorrow, or final season part 1 anyways. And yeah, that's pretty good. There's really not much else to say, I think. So anyways, Flamin' Shark signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day, and I will see you next time with another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.